Hi there. If you're considering buying a house in India, you may be wondering when is the best time to make your purchase. There are several factors that can influence when to buy a house, such as your personal financial situation, market conditions, and economic trends. In this video, we will cover some of the tips for buying a house, mistakes people make while buying a house, how to choose a city, and different government taxes involved while buying a house. If you like the content, do subscribe the channel and like the video so it may reach to people looking for similar information. Let's first go over some tips to help you decide when to take the leap. You should assess your finances. Before you start house hunting, it's essential to evaluate your financial situation. Take a look at your income, expenses, debts, and savings to determine how much you can afford to spend on a house. Consider getting pre-approved for a home loan from a bank or other lender to know your budget for the purchase. For example, if you have a stable job with a good income and have saved up enough money for a down payment and other expenses, you may be financially ready to buy a house. You should research market trends. Real estate market conditions can affect the price of a house and the competition among buyers. Keep an eye on the housing market in your preferred location and monitor changes in property values, interest rates, and supply and demand. It is better to wait for a market correction when the demand is low and supply is high, so the price is more favorable to buyers. For example, if you're interested in buying a house in a specific location, you can check the real estate prices in that area to see if they are trending upwards or downwards. You can also check the demand for houses in that area by looking at the number of properties available for sale. You should choose the right season. The season can also play a role in when to buy a house in India. The best time to buy a house is during the festive season because builders and sellers offer more discounts and incentives during this time. For example, during the festival Diwali, builders and sellers often offer discounts and incentives to attract buyers. This can make it a good time to buy a house if you're looking for a deal. You should be aware of government policies. The Indian government often introduces policies that can impact the real estate market. Keep an eye out for government schemes like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and interest rate cuts on home loans, which can make buying a house more affordable. For example, if you're a first-time homebuyer, you may be eligible for government schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which offers subsidies on home loans. Knowing about these policies can help you make a more informed decision about when to buy a house. You should consider the long term. When buying a house, it's essential to think about your long-term plans. Are you planning to live in the house for a long time, or is it a short-term investment? Keep in mind that the property's value may appreciate over time, so a good time to buy could be when the market is down. For example, if you're buying a house for your family to live in, you may want to consider the proximity to schools and other amenities, as well as the potential for the property to appreciate in value over time. This can help you make a decision on when to buy a house that aligns with your long-term goals. Let's see what are some common mistakes that people make when buying a house in India. Not doing enough research. One of the biggest mistakes people make when buying a house in India is not doing enough research. This includes researching the real estate market, the location of the property, the builder, and the legal aspects of the purchase. Without proper research, you may end up buying a property that doesn't meet your expectations or has legal issues that could cause problems in the future. Overextending financially. Another mistake people make is overextending themselves financially. It's important to be realistic about what you can afford and not get carried away by the excitement of buying a house. Taking on too much debt can be a significant burden, especially if you're not prepared for unforeseen expenses that may arise. Ignoring hidden costs. Many people also make the mistake of ignoring the hidden costs associated with buying a house. These can include registration fees, stamp duty, legal fees, maintenance charges, and taxes. Failing to account for these costs can lead to financial strain and make it difficult to manage your expenses. Not considering long-term plans. Some people focus only on their immediate needs when buying a house and don't consider their long-term plans. It's important to think about how the property will meet your needs in the future, whether you plan to live in it for a long time or use it as an investment. Failing to consider your long-term plans can result in buying a property that doesn't meet your needs down the line. Not negotiating effectively. Finally, some people make the mistake of not negotiating effectively when buying a house. Negotiating can help you get a better price and more favorable terms, but it requires preparation and a willingness to walk away from a deal if necessary. Failing to negotiate effectively can result in paying more than you need to for a property. Choosing the right city to buy a house in India can depend on a variety of factors, including your personal preferences, lifestyle, and budget. Here are some cities that are popular for buying a house in India. Bangalore. Bangalore is known as the Silicon Valley of India and is a hub for the IT industry. The city is also known for its pleasant weather, good infrastructure, and excellent educational institutions. Mumbai. Mumbai is India's financial capital and is known for its high standard of living, cosmopolitan culture, and a vibrant nightlife. Property prices in Mumbai can be relatively high, but the city offers a wide range of options for home buyers. Delhi NCR. The National Capital Region comprises Delhi and its neighboring cities such as Gurgaon, Noida, and Faridabad. The region is known for its excellent connectivity, world-class amenities, and diverse culture. Pune. Pune is a popular choice for home buyers due to its proximity to Mumbai and its emerging IT sector. The city is also known for its greenery, pleasant climate, and cultural heritage. Chennai. Chennai is a bustling city in the southern part of India known for its rich history, cultural heritage, and excellent educational institutions. The city has a diverse population, good infrastructure, and a growing IT sector. It's important to do your research and compare the pros and cons of each city to find the one that suits your needs and preferences the best. Other factors to consider can include the availability of jobs, transportation options, and the local real estate market conditions. While buying a house can be a great investment and a significant milestone in one's life, there may be situations where it may not be the best decision. Here are some situations where it may be better to hold off on buying a house. You are not financially stable. If you are struggling to pay off debts, have a low credit score, or have an unstable income, it may not be the right time to buy a house. Taking on a large debt like a home loan can add to your financial burden and put you at risk of defaulting on payments. You are planning to move soon. If you are planning to move to a different city or country in the near future, buying a house may not be the best decision. Selling a house and moving can be a time-consuming and expensive process, and it may be better to wait until you have a more stable living situation. You are not sure about your future plans. If you are unsure about your long-term plans, such as your career or family situation, it may not be the right time to commit to a large investment like a house. Buying a house requires a long-term commitment, and it may be better to wait until you have more clarity about your future plans. The real estate market is volatile. If the real estate market is going through a downturn or is highly volatile, it may not be the best time to buy a house. Property prices can be unpredictable, and it may be better to wait until the market stabilizes before making a purchase. Ultimately, the decision to buy a house depends on your personal situation, financial stability, and long-term plans. It's important to carefully consider all the factors before making a decision and to consult with a financial advisor or real estate expert if needed. Now let's check out some of the government taxes on buying house property. In India, there are several government taxes and charges associated with buying a house property. These taxes and charges can vary depending on the state and the value of the property. Here are some of the most common taxes and charges that you may need to pay. Stamp duty. This is a state-level tax that is levied on the purchase of property. The rate of stamp duty can vary between states and can range from 3% to 10% of the property value. This tax is paid at the time of registration of the property. Registration fee. This is a fee that is charged by the state government for registering the property in your name. The rate of registration fee can vary between states and can range from 1% to 2% of the property value. Goods and services tax. GST is a tax that is levied by the central government on the sale of goods and services. In the case of the purchase of under-construction property, GST is levied at the rate of 5% on the value of the property. Property tax. Property tax is a tax that is levied by the local government on the ownership of property. This tax is based on the value of the property and is usually paid annually. Capital gains tax. If you sell a property within 3 years of purchasing it, any profits that you make on the sale will be subject to capital gains tax. The rate of capital gains tax can vary from 10% to 20% depending on the duration of ownership of the property. It's important to factor in these taxes and charges when budgeting for your home purchase, as they can add significantly to the overall cost of buying a property. The best time to buy a house in India is when you are financially ready, market conditions are favorable, and government policies and incentives are available. Keep these tips in mind and do your research to make a well-informed decision. Good luck with your house hunting. This brings us to the end of the video. Give a thumbs up if you liked the video and do subscribe to get a notification for upcoming videos. Goodbye and have a nice day.